Okay, y'all, we gonna talk about getting paid to fix your own credit by suing the credit bureaus or even the collection agencies. Now, you're not alone. You're not gonna be doing this on your own. You're gonna have a lawyer by your side. And guess what? The lawyer ain't gonna charge you a dime because they gonna get their fees from the bad guys, which is the collection agencies or the credit bureaus. I'm going to break down exactly how this is possible. Let's go. Welcome to Credit Monster, where high limits are achievable and bad credit is beatable. My name is Daquan, here to help you unleash the credit monster. If that's something you committed to, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button so you can stay connected to the credit monster. Now let's get to the information. So it's two main set of laws that really make this possible. It's the FCRA and the FDCP. The FCRA is pertaining to the credit bureaus and what they are allowed to do. And then the FDCP is pertaining to the collection agencies and what they are allowed to do. Now, most people don't know their rights, so they get over on majority of the people. They violating rights left and right. And if you understand your rights and you catch them in the violation, then you can have a lawyer submit a lawsuit and you could settle for $1,000 in court. Okay, y'all, I made this super easy for y'all because I came up with a list of rules to follow when executing a perfect lawsuit. So the first rule is to keep good records. Yes, you're going to have to keep good records. When you're fixing your credit, you need to have folders in your computer or folders in physical form. You need to be able to separate everything. So when you send your letters, you want to have every letter documented. Do not delete the letters. Everything you send to the credit bureaus or the collection agencies, you need to have that saved and printed up and put it inside a folder or saved on a computer where it's safe. And any response you get from the credit bureaus or even the collection agencies, you need to have that saved as well. You need to have that documented. Do not throw anything away. This is valuable information that you'll need to get to the lawyer so they can do their job properly. So even if you sent certified mail to the creditor or the collector, you need to have that signed certified slip. You need to keep that. Keep everything. Do not throw anything away until you're completely finished with the credit repair process. It will save you a lot of money to keep everything inside separate folders organized. Okay, so rule number 2 is dispute before you attempt to sue. Now, any lawyer would tell you that in order to sue the credit bureaus or a collection agency, you must dispute and give them a chance to correct the issue. So yes, you have to do that, but this is even more reason that gives you the power to sue. One of the simplest ways to catch a case is to validate the debt on a collection agency. So that's called a VOD in the credit repair space, which means you are sending a formal letter requesting information about the debt that they claim that you owe. And if they don't get you that information within 30 days, that is a FDCP violation. And that gives you the ability to file a lawsuit right there. As long as you have proof, send it certified mail, someone have to sign to receive the letter, you get that back in the mail or get that online. Now you have proof that that company received it. And another thing is, and this is the most important, they have to update the credit bureaus and say that you have this item in dispute. So if you pull your credit report 30 days after they receive the letter and your credit report, that item still says basically nothing about a dispute, then that's a violation, because it's the company's obligation, the collection agency's obligation, to report to the credit bureaus that you are disputing that item. And if they do not do that, that is a FDCP violation, and any lawyer would take that case like candy. Now, if you're disputing with the credit bureaus, you will have to be a little bit more patient, because it's going to take multiple attempts for you to try to fix the inconsistent information. The FCRA says that you have the right to a fair credit report, which means everything must be accurate. And if the information is inconsistent, that means it's inaccurate. Now, you give them the chance to correct the information, and they fail to correct the information months after months after months. That gives you the ability to sue, because they're violating your rights. They are causing financial harm to you, because now you can't buy a house. Now you can't get that car so you can go to work. That's taking away food from your kid's mouth. That may be putting you in depression or stress, whatever the case may be, but that gives you the ability to sue. Wait, I got a question. Are you committed to defeating the credit bureaus and exceeding your financial goals? If so, don't forget to smash that like button and comment committed. Rule number 3, contact the right lawyer. It's many lawyers out here in the United States, and for the most part, lawyers have specialties. Not all of them specialize in consumer law, and this is the law we're looking at. So you want to find a lawyer that specializes in the FCRA or the FDCP. You want to find a consumer advocate lawyer. I'm going to put a database for consumer advocate lawyers in the description below, so check that out. You could go there, you could put your state in, and you want to hit debt collection, and most of them lawyers are going to be able to solve your issues. They'll be able to submit a lawsuit for you on your behalf, and they're not going to charge you a dime. Normally, if you did this yourself, you would have to pay to submit a lawsuit, but because you have a lawyer to do it, they're going to take all the fees for the most part, and they're going to get all those fees recovered by suing the bad guys. So it's really no cost to you, and they make it simple and easy. All you have to do is provide the records. Rule number 4 is allow the lawyer to submit the lawsuit on your behalf and be patient. Now, from personal experience, I know the lawyer told me not to dispute anything else until the claim is settled. So if you still have other derogatory things on your credit report, you may have to just wait it out, because you don't want anything to mess up your lawsuit. So sometimes this might be your last resort, is to sue the credit bureaus or the collection agency. It may be your last resort, because a settlement could take between 3 to 6 months sometimes. It's really no telling. It could take a little less time than that, or it could take longer than that. It really depends on the situation, and you could ask the lawyers on the expectations of the time frame, but that's just the reality. So keep that in mind before you even attempt to file a lawsuit, that you will have to be patient for a few months before you get your check, and before you could continue to dispute anything else. But I want to hear from you. Have you sued the collection agencies or the credit bureaus before? What was your experience like? We want to know in the comments below. Are you considering suing? Let's talk about it. Until then, catch my other videos. I have a video on the statute of limitations that lets you know if it's appropriate to send a VOD. Because if you send a VOD at the wrong time, meaning within the statutes of limitations, you could get sued. But I have a video right here explaining all that. So I catch y'all next time. Thanks for watching. Peace. And any response you get from the credit bureaus or even the collector, the collection, rule number 3, contact the right lawyer. It's many lawyers out here in the United States, and they all have different specialties for the most part. It's kind of like a doctor. You're not going to go to an eye surgeon to fix your back. They might know general stuff about the back, but that's not what they specialize in. You'll go to a doctor that does that. Sounds stupid.